What is up, guys? In this video, we're going to be putting a lot of the Mark 1 GTI interior back together. So really excited to finish up this project. It's probably going to be the rest of this afternoon and then maybe some evenings next week that I just kind of all compile into one video just to keep it all kind of together here. We're actually going to be working on tuning the GLI this afternoon because we're having some problems. So hoping to do a GLI video real soon because I've been doing a lot of stuff to it. Got some real awesome parts here and just, yeah, been doing a bunch of things with it, and I've not done a lot with the car, and we are planning to take it to Wookiees in the Woods like I mentioned before. So gonna be doing a bunch with that, which you guys will see in upcoming videos. But for today, just a ton of random things just to finish up the GTI interior. Just sneak peek a few things right here, some parts that we got. First thing right here, really cool. We got the original shift knob, which was in the car when I bought it, which is cool. It was missing the like gear pattern thing on top there, and I found some original like remakes online for not that expensive, but wanted to keep this. And really cool. Seb Cool always hooks me up, and he just got this pattern for me out of another Rabbit and glued it on there. So really sweet that I can keep the knob that came with the car. Got this A-pillar cover. I still need another one, but we're gonna find that. You guys can see we got non-vent windows. The car has vent windows in now, and the seals are destroyed. So got these, and we're gonna pop those in. While we're doing that, I have new door cards to stick on, so we're gonna rip that all apart. You guys can see up here, these go underneath the dash. So I need to get a dye for it, but I'm gonna spray this one also. I thought about using headliner fabric to do that, but really sweet, we got the actual pieces, so they're gonna fit real nice. So really excited about that, just a bunch of random things like that. So that's really sweet. One thing after last video, we did the headliner. Hopefully you guys saw that video. Just went over everything I did there, and really excited with where it is at. My sharpness was way too high on the GoPro, and you cannot see like hardly anything at the end there. So just want to show you guys a little bit of how that turned out. So I'm going to be using my light here, so hopefully this works good. As you guys can see here, I still did not glue this. It's kind of interesting how these work, where you actually glue it and then the seal goes over it. So that's going to be one of the last things I do in here, just because I'm putting it off because it's such a thing that once you do, you cannot take it back off. So one stupid thing I did, I put the headliner in last video. I was all pumped and then was like, crap, I forgot about the sun visors, which was totally amateur move. So yeah, which is fine. You're supposed to put the sun visors on afterwards, obviously, except that I did not actually put any holes in the headliner. So I'm not sure. I might have to pull it all down. Hopefully I'm just gonna pull the front down there and just make a few holes, and we're gonna work that out. Actually, for one of the first things we're gonna do in this video is finish the sun visors, because they are blue, but they're a different color now, so we're gonna rewrap those. But anyhow, just showing you guys a little bit real quick here what it looks like. As you guys can see, there are a few lumps and things here. It's an old headliner board, so hey, it's what to be expected, and I'm an amateur, so hey, it's whatever it is. One of the things here that I've got to work with yet is, you guys can see here right along the edges there is a gap. Part of that is because, as you guys saw, I duct taped those edges there, which I just need to work with them a little bit to get them a little bit wider, and then hopefully when I'll pull this tight, and when I glue that, I'll pull it really tight and get that snug. So that's really sweet. Yeah, so as mentioned, we got new door cards that we're putting in. E-brake handle, I want to spray that. Obviously the shift knob, get that in. I have a new clutch pedal cover. These rear, I don't know if you call them door cards, whatever, these covers back here, we got those. Also got a lead on rear trunk carpet, so hopefully going to be putting that in next week. And then the only thing really, put the seats in. The driver's seat needs patched yet, so that's kind of one big thing got to do, but really coming together. This is just going to be a random video, so stay along for the ride, and I'm just going to show you kind of what I'm doing, some of the things I'm learning along the way. Hopefully you guys get some ideas. So if you guys have questions for me, things I learned, I hope I can help you guys out that are keeping these cars alive, because it's so awesome. Like, I want to help anyone that's saving one of these cars, because it's so cool to take a car like this that is off the road for over 10 years and now, you know, resurrecting it and making it so it's roadworthy again. So super exciting. Stay along for the ride. Thanks so much for watching, and we're just gonna do a bunch of random things here. guys, so it's been several days now since the beginning of this video. I spent a Saturday afternoon and then a few evenings out here, so it's gonna like go back and show you guys a few things. Sun visors, we have one of them done. Gonna wait to show them to you guys till we're totally done with both of them. You guys saw a little bit of a glimpse of what it went into to finish them, and really happy with how they're coming out. My wife is in the process currently of sewing the edges. She finished one, the other one she's gonna finish, so I'll show them both once they're done. But wow, I'm super impressed with how they're coming out. Just big shout out to my wife. I've been out here in the garage working on the interior, just a bunch of small little things, but the biggest thing which you guys have been seeing is ripping this door part off here and also the windows. So basically what we're doing here is pulling out the vent windows and putting non-vent windows in for several reasons, which I'll explain. But basically, just for you guys at home, if you guys have any questions, basically super easy to pull this door card off. All there is the one screw right here behind the door handle, so super easy. You pop that off, the mirror switch right here, you spin that off, and then it's just all just regular push pins that go through the holes around here. I'm trying to think, I think that's the only thing, and it pops right off. So super easy right there. Then we came right here to the vent window, which I got laying right here. You guys can see. So basically the reason for doing this, first off, this thing's super loose on here, which you can mess with them. Right now the seals are totally destroyed, like just totally dry rotting, like they literally crack like plastic. They're not supposed to be, they're like rubber, but they leak. They have wind noise. They're just super floppy and loose. And basically I looked up online the price of new ones. I think it was MK1 Auto House. I forget who makes them, but whoever does. And they're ridiculously expensive. So always heading back to Seb at Cool's German Auto. And he got me some other ones here, some non-vent windows. So really cool. He gave me 2 used ones for less than half the price of just seals. So that's really sweet. So basically what it takes to get these things out here, in between the 2 windows, there's this bar right here, which you guys saw. On the bottom right here, there's a rivet there, so I had to drill that out. On the top, there is a Phillips, which both sides were just spinning in there, totally stripped out. So I spent like all last evening like trying to drill, and they were spinning. I had the vice grips on there, but trying not to squeeze too much. I did scratch it a little bit right there, but ended up, I went to work today. I asked my boss if I could just borrow the Dremel, which was able to go right in there, and that worked awesome. So just made quick work of that. Also that you guys can see, so at the very top, that's where the Phillips was at, and then there's 2 other parts, both up here and down here. Those you also need to drill out, or I ended up using the Dremel then, but you guys can see how they fasten. So kind of fascinating how it actually, because this is a moving part, they actually fasten it to this. The non-vent window, that has no metal. All it is just a seal around there. So kind of interesting that these bars can be used for either, but they are actually a little bit different in that they bolt on there. But it's going to be sweet. So you guys saw the right-hand side here. This was the first one. It was kind of tight, and I never did this before. So I ended up, I just pulled the window just for quick, easy access. But really, you actually don't have to. I didn't for the other side. The number one thing is that just pull your seals back so you don't mess them up, and just that makes it really easy to just turn the bar sideways and pop it right out. So that made really easy work. Basically, before we put it all back together here, I'm gonna leave it apart for a bit. Basically, we got these bars here. You can see that they're rusty. I'm gonna sand them down and paint that. I'm also gonna paint my e-brake handle, just things like that, and we're gonna clean this all up while we're at it. I'm gonna paint my mirrors once we move on to the exterior, just black again. They're really faded, and a bunch of things like that. So I want to clean this all up real good. On the other side, I'm missing my lock pin, so I want to get one of those. Just a bunch of things. So those are going to be things in remaining videos, which maybe I'll get more into. But just wanted to show you guys a little bit of how you do this, and I'm super excited. One thing I'm trying to decide right now they have them out, I'm like, over here, I have the right front window laying here, and I also have the vent windows to go in here. And I've been trying to decide, should I get the windows tinted? Let me know in the comments, guys. I've been back and forth. Really, on these older cars, it's how the factory was. It's an only M Plus car anyhow. I like the fishbowl look. But my biggest thing I keep coming back to is that because I have a really clean blue interior, the seats are fading a little bit, and I want to be able to drive the car. I'm a little bit nervous just to park it outside, and I don't really have the space to park it inside. Corrado gets first dibs. So that's kind of my one reason there for doing that, to tint the windows, just because I want to help protect the interior. Another reason, white car, black accents, tinted windows would look really good. It would just make total sense to tint this while it is out, because you can just pull the seal right off easily, versus when that is in the car, it's going to be like impossible. So trying to decide. It's not really a rush to decide because I have other things I need to finish up anyhow, but that's just a thought. Let me know in the comments. I've been rambling. Let's move on there. Hopefully you guys learned something for you guys who are maybe doing things like this at home. Well guys, to show you what I got going on here, so first off, inside here, you guys saw I've had the wires run across the floor here to the console ever since I put the carpet in. When I put it in, I totally forgot about them and just ended up just laying them across, and that's how it's been for several months now. So I wanted to do it right now, so I took it across there and obviously came up the hole right here. Something to note, the wire is fairly long, so what I did was I tried to, I brought it straight down from the corner there. I zip tied it to like the main harness that goes back the side here, just to try and hold it in place. Basically, I did not want it to get underneath the floor here that I could see like a ripple, and also just that way it's not moving underneath the feet, nothing gets messed with. So basically kept it really high there, and then took the extra wire and put it in here and ran it in here. Another thing to note with these gauges, so we got the clock working. The other ones I saw, they are hooked up, but I'm not getting any kind of reading on them, which something to do down the road. But one thing that really bothers me is that they do not light up, which I know they should work, but just with where we're at right now, I just really want them to light up just because I love the way that looks, and to me that's a really big deal there, and I feel like that's something I can do easily, while as getting them actually working and operating is a harder thing. So I went in here, and you guys can see here, I got this ground here hooked up. This ground was just hanging out the back there, and that's why they weren't working. So actually I just hooked it up underneath there, and they all lit up. Turned my lights off, put it all together, and turned it on, and only this gauge here works. So pulled it all back apart, messed around with my wires, checked to make sure the bulbs are still good, and no go. So I'm not really sure what's going on there, but hey, we know that for sure that they can work. Because I had them all three working. You guys saw that. I took a video with my phone there just so you guys could see that, and that was before. So hey, they do all work, so hopefully this shouldn't be too bad, but it kind of stinks. I just don't have any wiring things here, so no test light to really figure that out and diagnose that, but that's be coming next time. I was hoping to tonight then also get my minty shift knob on here, clutch pedal cover, and also got the cover for the bottom of the dash right there, which those things I'm just gonna wait till this is tidied up and finished. So that kind of stinks, but hey, I know that we're really close there because they were working, so it shouldn't be too bad once I pull the wires out. We're gonna finish this video out. We're heading out of state for an extended weekend. I was hoping to get more done on the car, but hey, it's where we're at, and hey, it's coming together either way. Just wanted to brag on these sun visors a little bit. So the old ones weren't that bad, but obviously with the new headliner, gotta make it match. So really cool. I put some clips in the beginning of this video of putting this together. Really cool. Just got the board in the middle, and it's almost like a styrofoam type thing, which goes on either side. That's where you glue the fabric onto, and just got this seam around the outside. Then I glued it on, and my wife took the time and sewed all that up by hand, which it's not perfect, but considering that this part is original, I'm really happy with that. She did an amazing job. So next video we'll get those in. I got the ends polished up, and so we got driver's side right here, and I just think that's gonna look awesome. So cannot wait to see that. Something that you guys can look forward to next video. Like I mentioned earlier, we got some parts coming. I'm not sure about tinting the windows. Let me know what you guys think, but I was actually checking today about some more parts, and possibly, yeah, about these seals here. So just things I'm going to be gathering hopefully till next video, so that I'm not jumping around. I can hopefully jump straight on the car and get a whole bunch of things finished up for you guys. Next video most likely will be the Mark IV video. That caliper needs to get on there. I just got a forged blow-off valve to put on. We're going to be messing, like I mentioned, with some of that tuning stuff, which I just got figured out. So that's really exciting. Yeah, it'll be exciting to get the GLI back in here, get it ready for Wookiees in the Woods. And yeah, then finishing up the GTI interior. I don't know. I gotta say, I feel like I'm really getting drugged down with just, man, it takes a while to do these things. So really trying to decide, do I finish the interior and then get the whole exterior done right away, which the exterior shouldn't take near as much time, or do I finish the interior, just get on the road, drive it for a few more months, have some fun, and get the Corrado in here, because I got some work I want to get done on that for show season. So some things to contemplate. Let me know what you guys want to see. I know some of you guys are itching for Corrado videos, so if you guys are like, hey, get that thing out of here, or hey, definitely just stick on one project, I'm trying to decide. So let me know what you guys think. Thanks so much for sticking it out, guys. I know we've been all over the place, but hope you guys are learning things, enjoying this. I mentioned a few things along the way today, so if you just have comments for me, things I should do, or questions, just hit me up. I always love hearing in the comments from you guys. So thanks again so much. Catch you guys next time for some Volkswagen content.